Don Mazzella here again for Small Business Digest. We have an entrepreneur from Singapore joining us today. I want to hear a lot about him because from what I've heard, he's come up with some pretty good ideas. Kenneth Tan, welcome to the program.
Hey Don, good morning. Thanks for having me on board. Well, it's evening for me here in sunny Singapore, but very, very big pleasure to be on your show, Don.
Okay, Kenneth, as we asked all our guests, first tell us a little bit about yourself personally, then what your company does, the name of your company and what it does, and finally a website where people can learn more.
Sure. So yeah, I'm Kenneth Tan. I'm part of the team at Be Life Technology, and I was a very inquisitive young kid growing up. I always wanted to know more about the latest trends in particularly gaming, right? So in my time, there was a huge obsession with console games like the Super Nintendo Entertainment System and the Sega Genesis system, and I grew up playing games pretty much. It was a big, big part of my life. So, you know, as a second order effect of playing too much games, I didn't really do well in school. But my experiences in gaming actually gave me a really interesting insight into how I could apply them into my current startup, which is Be Life Technology. So, I mean, I've been in the mobile gaming space for over 10 years before I started Be Life Technology. And to cut the long story short, right, Be Life Technology is a live streaming um, video solutions company that focuses on bringing video commerce capabilities to any brand or any business's website or app. So what this does is, in a nutshell, it provides TikTok-esque swipeable media experiences onto any website or app. So what it does is it transforms your website or your app into a video experience, right? So we've been pretty successful. And in this part of the world, Asia, where we are situated.
I'm gonna interrupt you right now
Sure.
because that's Swahili for me to me. But let's back up a minute. I have a
Sure.
website, okay? I come to you and I say I want to add the live video to my website.
Yes.
What types of programming do you offer that will make my visitor experience better?
Sure. So if you're coming to us with a website, it's probably going to be text and image heavy, right? So
Yes.
what we do, we have a very simple to install video player. It practically is copy and paste HTML code. So it sits on the iframe, and when you copy and paste it on your website, a beautiful video player, full screen with shopping elements. You can watch a video, a live stream video, or a short video and shop directly on it. You can send virtual gifts on it as well. It is installed on your website. And behind all the jazz, we have an incredible insights engine that helps you decide how to better improve your next live stream or short video. So that's what we do.
Oh, but what's in the video? What type
All
of
right. Right, right. So we work with I mean, most of our customers have their own video content, right? They have been already producing great short videos for TikTok, but if they don't, we work with incredible partners around the world, agencies that are really attuned to producing short video content, mostly focused around selling products, selling products that they really have. Like we found that the most what you call it, successful products on live streams are demonstratable products. So meaning products you can show before and after results on. For example, vacuum cleaners. You can demonstrate vacuum cleaners really well, right? So it's kind of like home TV shopping, when you watch a television infomercial, it's exactly like that. So that's the kind of content that does really well, and we help to produce with our partners as well.
okay? Again, I'm going to ask you because you know I'm a lot older than you, and I'm still adjusting to the changing world. But
Yeah.
so you're in effect saying if I have products that I want to sell, I
Yes.
create a video showing the product, and then I
Yeah.
put it on through you. I put it on my uh, on my channel. Okay.
Yes.
Why would I do that versus putting it on YouTube and just pulling in the YouTube?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what we do is if you give your video to us, we not only do we help you put it on YouTube, not only do we help you put it on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, we also help you put it on your own website. So the advantage of having a solution one-stop provider like us is it saves you a lot of time, right? You don't have to post 5 or 6 videos on multiple platforms. Just go through one platform like us. It's a solution provider. It automatically disseminates all the videos to all these platforms, right? And I mentioned as well the last and most important part, the website. This is incredibly powerful because what you can do is you can collect your customer data, right, like their email addresses, obviously voluntarily given and compliant to GDPR rules, right? And this is important because you as a brand owner can understand more about what kind of customers are actually wanting to purchase your product, are actually visiting a website, and you can retarget them voluntarily, as of course, right? Compliant to data protection regulatory rules. So this is very, very powerful, and that's what we do.
Okay, before we go any further, what's your website?
Right. So it's triple W dot BELIVE dot technology. TECHNOLOGY.
Hmm, okay. Now,
Yeah.
let's go on from this. Let me use another example, which is really closer to home. I have a
Sure.
book.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can I can talk about my book in a video, and then I put it on your system.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. Now you also put it on YouTube or
Yes.
automatically or
Yes, that's right. So all you have to do is give us the video you recorded, right? And we will help you through our solution to put it on your YouTube channel, your TikTok channel, your Facebook channel, your Instagram channel, all through one solution. So you don't have to bother about, doing all the hard work there. And additionally, our main competency is obviously to help you enhance your website with our video player as well. And the video about you talking about the book will sit on your website as well.
okay. Well, let's talk about the thing that concerns small business. What's the cost?
Right. So, good question. Very affordable. I think we work with lots of partners like Amazon Web Services in the US and globally as well to offer free trials. Right. So this trial period lasts for 8 weeks. So just test it out, test our system out, get in touch with us, launch a free trial. If it works, our packages start from anywhere from 200 US dollars a month. It can go up to 5,000 US dollars per month, but that's only if you're super successful and you have hundreds of millions of views, which I hope you do, and purchases, and that's nothing for you, I'm sure, when it reaches that scale. Yeah.
Okay, but um, well, let's go back a minute. How does your video help me get more people to come to my site?
Right. So that is once you have more channels that you're able to broadcast your video on, right? This is where the ability to attract more people come, right? Obviously, you have to come. I mean, our solution is not a one end-all solution that works by itself as amplification tool. That means we don't take marketing dollars from you every month to help you buy ads, right? First of all, your video content needs to be very catchy, and that's where we work with our partners, right? These partners are really experienced influencer and content production companies in the US, and they'll be happy to guide you through. We'll be happy to guide you through together what kind of content that you should produce to sell better, to engage better to your target audience.
Well, should your video be 10 seconds long, 30 seconds long, a
Yeah,
minute long? How do you decide the length of a video?
good question. So it depends on your target audience again, right? So let's say you're selling to a younger age group, like 18 to 35. I wouldn't say 35, 18 to 30 years old. Typically, based on research, right, this generation or this age range have incredibly short attention spans.
Mhm.
7 seconds. So it's like shorter than a goldfish, I guess. 7 seconds, right? So you can't create videos that do not have a great hook, within the first 5 seconds. Your video can go up to 30 seconds, no worries, but your hook or the interesting part must come in the first 5 seconds.
Well, that's what everybody tells me, but finding that
Yeah.
hook in the first 5 seconds, you know,
Yeah.
YouTube now puts ads in before there were no ads. Now there are ads. But
Yeah.
but what what I see is when I get an ad, and oftentimes it, by the time the 5 seconds end, and I hit that thing to go back to the program. They
Yeah.
haven't told me what the product is or anything. So, you're saying that it's the first 5 seconds, but
Yes. So yeah. Yeah.
but you uh, uh, it, you your the video is not on your channel. It's not on my uh, site, but rather on your site. Am I right? Or the
Oh,
okay? Am I right on that? We're
no, so the video is on your site. The video does not, we don't have a platform. We don't host videos on your behalf. What we do is we help you distribute these videos onto your social media channels and also your website. That's our priority. I think having having videos and your own products hosted on your own website is a big focus for a lot of brands and small businesses now. With the rise of Shopify and even Squarespace, for example, it's really important to have your own branded website or app, right? So that's where we help our customers there.
you're right in that. But let me ask you this question: what's the advantage? Right now, I have my video of our programs on my website, but I
Yep.
haven't been pulled from the YouTube channel. My
Yep.
question to you is, what's the advantage to you doing it rather than YouTube?
Great question. Great question, Don. So on YouTube, when someone follows you or gives you a view or a like on your YouTube video, you have no idea who the person is, right? Because they will just be a YouTube user ABC, right? But if they come to your website, let's say Don's apparel.com, right? You can prompt them to sign up for accounts on your website. So then you'll be able to know their email addresses, their home addresses, because you offer shipping, right? And even their mobile number if they're willing to give it. Again, compliant to GDPR regulations, right? So when you do that, you're able to have a great database of loyal customers that you can then reach out to independent of YouTube. So if so I'll give you one story, Don. There was a really popular brand that we were serving in Colombia, and they basically put all their eggs in one basket per se, and they have a huge Instagram following. And one day Instagram decided to shut their page down for no reason, right? And all of a sudden, overnight, all their sales channels were gone because there was only one sales channel, Instagram. And what did they have to do? They have to email Instagram and say, "Hey, you guys made a mistake. This is not supposed to happen, right? And we can't pay salaries, if you keep doing this." And they had to wait for 3 or 4 weeks, and that's 3 or 4 weeks of revenue lost. But that will not happen. That would not happen if they had funneled at least 10% or 20% of users to their own website, right? And I understand it's important to have great social media following or YouTube pages, but if you rely on this walled gardens per se, you're not in the driver's seat, right? You don't even own the vehicle. You're just a passenger. Yeah.
So if I hear you correctly, I think we're saying
Yeah.
basically is you get to know who came to your site and who looked at it versus YouTube, and,
Exactly. Exactly.
and then you can follow up. Hmm. And so, but also I think you're saying that you better have uh, a extensive marketing program in place to work with your video, if I'm hearing you correctly. Am I
Yes.
correct?
Yes, and that is something that every brand already does. So what we do is we just complement their marketing strategies. If they need advice on how to structure some great videos or live stream videos even, we'd be happy to help. And that we have a playbook that works globally. So that's something we're great at as well. But yeah, most of the brands we work with, or I think most small businesses already have some form of idea of how to market their product or where their product strengths lie. And what we do is we just try and amplify it with the right form of distributions and the right channels to target.
Mhm. Your
Yeah.
website again for people so they can learn more.
Sure, it's www.belife.technology. Technology.
Mm. It's interesting. You say triple W, and then I had to then finally realize you're saying www. But
Yeah, yeah, sorry. www, yeah.
I know these you people have a whole language all your own. That's okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I'm a fossil compared to you guys.
No,
Um,
no, that's a good pointing out the door. I'll keep that in mind as well. It's important for me to articulate like that.
no, I got to remember that one because www is just so hard. But triple W, I had to think about it a minute. But right, see,
Yeah.
learn something new every day. But are you a native of Singapore?
Yes, I am. I'm Singaporean, born and bred. Singapore is a really small country, but we are incredibly lucky to be here because we are, one of the highest GDPs in the world, per capita, right? And very forward-thinking government, very supportive towards technology startups like us. So yeah, incredibly lucky to be a Singaporean. Yeah.
But how come you speak such good English?
Good question, Doc. So, Singaporeans, English is actually our I wouldn't say native because our native language is Malay. The first inhabitants of Singapore were actually the Malays. But our ancestral lineage, for me, we came from China like 200 years ago, 150 years ago. Our forefathers, ancestors, right? When we landed in Singapore, we spoke Chinese and various dialects of China, like Hokkien, Hakka, Teochew, whatever, right? But I mean, thanks to our the first Prime Minister of Singapore, the man that gave Singapore his new lease of life, right? Lee Kuan Yew, he basically mandated that all Singaporeans should speak English as our primary language. I mean, this was to obviously facilitate trade with at the time and now even economic superpower, the United States of America, the top number one in the world, right? And he also mandated that we should keep our lineage and continue to speak Chinese. For me, I'm Singaporean Chinese, so I speak both English and Chinese. For
Mhm.
Singaporean Malay, they speak both English and Malay. For Singaporean Indian, they speak English and Hindi, right? So this is something that is quite unique to Singaporeans. We are pretty much bilingual, I think. And yeah, we're super proud because it basically allows me to speak to you without any hindrance, right? You can understand me. Obviously, my accent is not as polished or
Uh,
probably similar to you
You're,
guys, but it's still
you're very
interesting. Yeah.
good. No, your English is very good. That's
Thank you
why
very much. Yeah.
uh, uh, I'm just curious. Um, Tan is fairly common Chinese
Yeah.
name, but there was a a company that my wife actually worked with, where the owners were Tan. They were into natural foods. That's not in your
Oh
family,
yeah. Yeah,
really?
yeah, yeah. I've heard of that. Heard of them. I can't say I know too much about them. But yeah, I've heard of the name Natural Foods. You were saying that your wife worked at Natural Foods, is that right?
Right.
Ah, right. And the owners were someone had the surname of Tan as well.
Yes. I'm
Ah,
sorry.
I see. The owners had the surname of Tan as well.
Okay. Yes.
Ah,
Um,
right.
they're
Okay.
from Singapore. That's why I asked the question.
I
Um,
see, I see.
but let's go back to the important thing, which is your company.
Sure.
How long have you been in business?
Yeah, we have been in business for close to 10 years now. So
Mm,
this year is actually our 10th year in business. Yeah,
mm,
so we're no spring chicken, but we've been really lucky. We've been fortunate enough to serve the largest corporations in the world, like Rakuten, which is the largest e-commerce platform in Japan with 100 million monthly active users, all the way in Africa, the largest e-commerce platforms in Africa, Jumia and Konga, in Turkey as well. So yeah, we're pretty much global company, and that's something that we have been really fortunate and as well proud to get here.
Oh, well, how did you, uh, it's a big step to step off and do it. How did you get your original financing?
Yeah, so we our first round was raised from a mixture of friends, family, and also prominent angel investors in across the region in Asia. And one of our first institutional investors was MediaCorp, which is Singapore's largest television broadcast, largest broadcaster, right? So no longer just television broadcaster. So they own television, they own radio stations, and they invest in film. They're pretty much an entertainment conglomerate. And yeah, our second round of structured institutional financing came from FTech Ventures, which is a venture builder based in Singapore as well. And they are currently working together with us, and they've been fantastic, right? They've been pretty much providing guidance for the team of we have a team of 50. So yeah, I mean those two rounds and actually three rounds made up about 15 million, sorry, 12 million US dollars in funding. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to say again your website one more time.
Sure. So this time www dot belive dot technology belife dot technology. Yeah.
Well, if I have most of our listeners are under 50 employees.
Yeah.
Uh, um, how do you suggest they go into the video business? Use a studio? What's your thoughts?
Oh no, so just use a camera, and there are so many great content creation applications. So Instagram has really, really great content creation capabilities. Just turn on the Instagram app or the Facebook app, or in that manner, maybe even the YouTube app. They have a camera. They have ability to just use your front-facing camera and take a video of yourself. The more authentic it is, the better. So you don't need to look at those really well-produced commercials that Nike does or Adidas does. That's them, right? Let them do their thing. Do what you do best. You are a brand owner. You love your brand so much. You understand your brand better than anybody else, right? So just talk about it. Say that, hey, I'm selling this piece of soap, for example. This soap bar is so great. It doesn't leave any bubbles. It makes you feel clean after every wash, and what's more, it's easy to store. Something like that, right? Just go nuts and talk about it as passionately as possible. You don't need to engage a $1,000 an hour video studio, right? Don't do that. Just experiment. Create 3 videos, 5 videos, 6 videos, and see how it does. And don't get discouraged when they don't do well, because eventually something will hit.
Well, do you think they should have a rotation of videos on your uh, website, or should it be one day and another one the second day? Should it be?
Right. All right. So I think if you're going with the short video strategy, which is defined as videos that are under 30 seconds or sometimes even under 60 seconds, you can have a carousel of videos, like maybe a scrolling list of 6 to 10 to 12 videos on your website. If you have a Instagram page or TikTok page or Facebook page, just have as many videos that you think have sufficiently communicated your unique selling points on your page. You never know what will do well, and sometimes when you post a video and it doesn't work, take it down and post it again. Sometimes the algorithms in these platforms favor different kind of content at different timings, right? So just give it a shot. You never know.
Okay. We just have a minute left. What would you like
Sure.
to leave our audience with?
Yeah, so I would like to say welcome to the age of video commerce. Yeah, just give you some very interesting statistics. In 2022, 82% of internet traffic was consumed by video. That's staggering, right? Like 8 out of 10 people watch video, who use the internet watch video. And video commerce on average transacts about 30% add to cart rate. All right. So for every 10 people that watch a video, 3 of them will add a product to their cart. So welcome to the age of video commerce. It is no longer a myth that only exists in Asia. Everybody in the world is shopping via video. They're communicating via video. No one reads text and image heavy websites anymore. Well, there are, but I think it's going to be more and more antiquated. So, that's something that I'd like to leave everybody with, and I'll be happy to, just have a short chat. And as I mentioned, there's free trials available on Amazon Web Services. Just contact us at our website again, www.belive.technology, technology. Thanks very much, Don. Appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you.